Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the weekend update. Hope everyone enjoyed this nice long weekend. We needed it. It was just a fantastic week that we just came through, and more of the same probably upcoming. We're going to start off again like we always do with the Dow daily chart. And after that sell-off we had a couple of weeks ago, the market has made new highs and is just chilling right up here. This lack of big movement is why we've seen the kind of action that we've seen out there. When the large caps kind of pause or don't move big, we see a lot of speculative money move to all other areas of the market. If we look at the tech stocks have continued to charge higher. Now, one thing I did want to mention, to just harp on it a little bit more, keep booking those gains. We have nothing but monster winners left and right out there, but unless you're taking some money off the table, it's not a win. You may have noticed over the last couple of weeks, maybe once or twice a week, we see the bids disappear in the market and action just looks weird. That is usually a early warning sign that you need to not be in insane mode out there. And by that, you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking to you guys who continue to break the rules and overbuy in positions. You know who you are. It's hard not to do that when you see the kind of action that's out there. But if you're not careful, that kind of trading action, not following your rules, will come back and bite you big time. So continue to trade with discipline. Don't be pressing these trades more than you normally would, thinking that you're going to get a Lambo if you go all in, etc., etc. Trade as you always do. Now, with that in mind, going into this upcoming week, let's take a look at one of our large cap plays. AI has been a fantastic trader for us since last year on the IPO. Had a big run last week and came down nicely over the last few days. I would be looking at a near-term swing pickup here in the 155 to 157 area. Stops are easy, 150. Target, easy. We'd be looking for $10 to $20 bounce on this large cap stock. These stocks have been doing very well as long as the market does not sell off. AI, every time it gets to this support line, it's giving a big bounce. This week should be no different. Small caps. At one point last week, there was one stock under $1. I have been trading over 20 years. That is the first time that has happened. I believe right now there's 6 or 7. Two of the ones we're playing right now, AAU. You can see here, this is the 1 hour chart. Looks like it's got a nice support level. Break, $1. 102, that's when the scanners tell them to chase. The other one we're sitting in right now is GSV, another gold stock. Now, a common theme we're seeing out there in the market right now, offerings are actually viewed as a good thing right now. We have made some good money buying the dips on these offering stocks. Now, in a normal market, this is not the case. But as it continues to be the case, I am going to continue to play those offering bounces, but with an eye on knowing that eventually it will go back to how it used to be before, where offerings considered bad, not good. But right now, any kind of dip on these stocks are being viewed as good. GSV did their offering. Where will they come chasing this one? Probably in the 90s, but until they do, we're just going to sit in this swing position. Looks ready for a bounce early next week. ACST, merger stocks have really been on fire over the last few days. TRCH, to name one, which has been a phenomenal winner for us. ACST, these guys came out with earnings last week. They're loaded with cash right now and still looking to find a merger partner. Support is simple on this chart, $1. Breakout, 122. They'll chase here, they'll sell here, and in between that, it's going to be a dip buy. Wait till it goes on a move. CSCW. This is a weekly chart that we're looking at right here. This one has been in a nice slow move higher here. Any kind of press release on this one and a move up to 175 to 2 is not out of the question. This one has very good support now at the 90-cent area. This is another swing that we're sitting in and just waiting for them to get found. And you know what I mean by that. So we just sit and wait till they get found. Now, a big theme that hit last week in the market and should continue in the next few days is regarding semiconductors. Now, we got into a couple of plays a couple of weeks ago. Specifically, we're going to talk about AEHR. There is a massive shortage of semiconductor chips, and it's actually starting to hurt the auto market. And Biden is expected to do an executive order on semiconductor chips this week. AEHR is one that we are in. These guys are automotive semiconductors. And if we scroll here, this is the daily chart. And we've had that nice little move up last week. It's come right back down. But this is a big time play in a red hot sector. And this is a chart. And the reason I had that other chart set up here is we've got to go back a lot of years. These are multi-year breakouts we're seeing on a lot of stocks right now. So a break over that previous week high last week of 339, we could be looking at $4 to $5 on this one. So it's just a patient swing. Now, a new one we picked up last week was MOSY. Very, very low float. Now, this stock has a couple of great things going for it. A, it's got a low float, and B, it's a semiconductor play. And we had that big pop on the breakout late last week. Got all his, was actually trading over $6 in after hours. It's consolidating nicely here in this $4.80 to $5 range. So this semiconductor story is not going away anytime soon. These are the kind of stocks. The way you play low floats, you cannot play these stocks large. They move large, they drop large too. So you need to keep that in mind. You get the dips, you sell the rips. Simple, simple, simple. This is a monthly chart of MOSY just to give you an idea of the potential here and where this stock was previously. This is a big area for this stock right around in the $6 area. And if we are able to get a break over this area, you're looking at a $10 move on this one over the next month or so. This semiconductor shortage is not going away anytime soon. And as long as the overall market holds up, these kinds of plays are going to outperform. We had a new swing play on Friday, and I actually added it to my long term, and I'm going to be buying any significant dips this has on this one. You know the research for this one. This is AEI. They do a lot of home automation and solar, but they sell Tesla power walls. Just do a little bit of research on this one. The last one that we played on this was Sun Micro, and you will recall a few months ago when no one wanted Sun Micro, when we were buying it down in the 60 to 70 cent area. I mean, right here. And it hit 29. It's now at 20. Multiple percentage moves on this one. Tesla solar wall player. That is what AEI is. Read up on the DD I posted in the room on Friday to familiarize yourself with this one. But this one, AEI, is a big time swing. If we were just to see a fraction of the market cap for this one, based on what Sun has done, we could be looking at a $50 or more stock just on the valuation comparison. Space continues to be a hot sector. Now, ASTC ended up giving a dip on an offering last week, which was a great ad opportunity. We've now got this one set up. Space is a huge sector going forward. I can't say that enough. But right now, we've got the space ETF that is launching in April. So that is going to keep these stocks in play for a long time. This stock had a tremendous move, so it had to pause a little bit. But we continue to hear everything about space right now. This is another one of our swings that we're looking for that move to $5 to $6 on. VISL. Hey, they finally found it last week. It doesn't take them too long. Usually after they've run about 50 to 100%, that's when the FOMO crowd finds these stocks, usually on our swings. And last week was no different. They chased the snot out of this one. Big move up. Support levels right now, 20-day EMA, 325 is what I would be looking at as a possible, shake them out of the trees kind of dip on this play. WTT, this is another 5G space communications play. It's actually treading water nicely in this 240 to 260, 70 area. So ads around this area, especially waiting for that breakout of 3, is what we're going to be looking at. MDGS, this is one of my favorite swings right now. They are in two red hot sectors. EV charging, Space Communications. These guys actually have NASA on their website. That's all I got to say about it. This is a monthly chart here. Breakout is $5. Now we're going to look here at the daily chart, and you can see, unlike all the other plays like VISL, etc., that's gone from 2 to 5 plus, MDGS is still kind of treading underneath that breakout. This stock reminds me a lot of Sugarbox, SGBX, and AYRO when they were in the $3 to $4 range right before they went kaboom. And they went kaboom when they broke a key level. The key level for MDGS is going to be this 4 plus area. Close above 4 and we're off to the races again. This is one I'm tagging for a move to 10 plus. Not saying it's going to happen next week. It could take the entire year, but that is what the target is on all of these stocks. They've all got a magnet towards 10 as long as the market cooperates. COMS, we've been talking about this one for the last couple of weeks. Uplisted, drones, space communications, 5G, etc., etc., etc. They finally found this one last week as well. Off an offering, had that big pop up. And now it's in consolidation mode. I would be looking to pick up shares on dips around the 450-ish area, or depending on what's happening out there on the other stocks. Now, we picked up a new swing position this past week, NLSP. This is a new uplisted stock. It just got listed at IPO'd essentially at 415. Biotech, very, very small float. Remember when we got into comms, it had the same kind of action before they found it and chased it up. Actually, let's look at the daily chart on comms just to give an idea. We got in, slowly moved higher. So breakout on this one, $4. Got to mention AYRO. AYRO did an offering, sucked in all the shorts, and then blew them out of the water and is setting up for another big breakout move. Now, our next target, we actually doubled up the swing on this one in the 6s a week or so ago. We've already made almost 100% on that pickup. Next target, 20 plus. If Sun can do it, so can this one. I think these guys will be a big winner on the Biden electrification of the federal fleet. Speaking of offerings, DFFN, this is a swing, had a big chart breakout, but they ended up getting Wainwrighted on Friday. It was down as low as 110. We doubled up our swing, and a few hours later, we're up 20%, sitting pretty. Offerings have been big business in this market right now. Now we wait for that breakout move back above $1.50. They did a really big upside offering. Now, a stock that did the same thing done by Wainwright was ITRM last week. And when ITRM did its offering, it doubled. There's data expected on DFFN, so let's see if we can get that similar doubling move here on this stock. LLIT, swing play that we've been in for, I think, 2 months or so. You know, we were buying this one before it was cool, under $5 a couple of months ago. They're merging with newegg.com, a giant online retailer. I don't even think it matters what the percent ownership this company has. It's got a low float. A ton of shorts have been jumping into this stock over the last few days. $12 will blow them out of the water. I think it's going to be a slow move higher. We just ride this wave up. ITP. What can I say? We were looking for a move to $1.30 to $1.40. We got that first press release on their green energy setup. Now, I had said we were going to get that news on ITP regarding their green energy thing, and they ended up doing it. Now, there's another big piece of news that is coming for ITP, and it's regarding the Chinese FDA approval of their medical mask, another certification that they're going to get that's going to probably let them charge more and sell more. This stock has consolidated nicely after that move up there. It should hold this one level very, very strongly. So this one's actually setting up for a big bounce this week, and if they actually put out that press release, we should blow whatever shorts are left in this stock out of the water. Remember, they need to juice this. They can't do an offering until February 20th, so they're going to be looking to juice this stock in the upcoming week. PRFX, this is a 167 approximately float stock that has news coming on a phase 3 trial any day. If we get positive news on this trial, we've seen what some of these tiny, tiny float stocks can do. This thing gets blown out of the water. Now, it moves up and down very large, during the day because the float is so small. This is a pullout of the chart. They were an uplisted stock late last year, $7, and then it's off to the races on this one. Now, the last stock I'm going to talk about is UAMY, and great week. The news was even better than we thought last week. They still haven't actually done the official press release, and they've done an offering on this stock, so everything's out of the way. They've got lots of cash. This company that these guys have a possible deal coming with, and they actually haven't released the press release on it yet, is huge. Liquid metal batteries. Just look what QS has done. That is the other company that Bill Gates invested in for batteries. I think enough of this deal and the potential for what they could do that I've added this stock to my long term. The last long term small cap stock we added was GSAT at $1 that just hit $3 a week or so after we added, or 2 weeks after. I believe the same potential exists for this one, so I added long-term shares on it on Friday. So that should tell you my confidence level on this one. Going into this week, let's look here. Oh, hang on. This is the 1 hour chart here. After that big move up, it is setting up for a very nice move. Now, this stock is probably going to be a lot like TRCH. Remember how TRTH or CH traded in the $1 to $2 level? Most guys did not appreciate the research behind it. After we had booked most of our gains, they came coming for torch. So they will probably start finding UAMY when it breaks above 2. And then, they'll start going, look what I found. Look at this huge play I found. That's the nature of the market, guys. This is set up great. Really love it going into this week. So that's it for the video. Just a reminder again, guys, rein in the gambling urge that you have. Discipline will help you do this job for many years to come. Overbuying, over leveraging yourself in small caps will bite you in the butt. Stick to that discipline and you will grind this account that you have nicely higher over the years. So enjoy the rest of your long weekend, and I will see you all in the chat room tomorrow. Bye.